Boom, meow. So, man, next week I get to go back to being able to trade. Uh,
Uh, You
like,
going over that Amazon trade, huh?
yeah, I've been looking at
Yeah.
it.
I missed that one. That's the one I was gonna ask you to go over I
All
seen
right,
how you got
so
like nine
yeah,
R's.
all right. So here's what happened. Wednesday, he threw out the message at 3:26 that he was going to get it, and I didn't get that because I had no signal where I was in the mountains. So that was here. So he paid 5,500 for it. Thursday, let's go to the. I can show you exactly what happened. Thursday, I had a limited amount of time to try to do this trade, but I had this level marked out. This is a level from way back, and when it opened down here, and I never buy on the first candle because options usually aren't priced right by then. It takes about 10-15 minutes. But anyway, this came down and pounced up, and so I put an order in at originally I had it at 39.50, and then I changed it to 40.50, and I probably would have got filled at 39.50. So I got in here at 40.50. I had no idea that freaking Amazon options move like that. But so here I was up like I said in the post, like 1,500, and it came back, and then I was texting Tony because like, I have a hard. I mean, for me, that's 3R, right? And he's like, give it time, let it run, let it run. And then so boom, here. And then I watched it from here up. And then it just kept going, kept going, kept going. And at this point, I'm over 100% up on it. And I sold it like right here at 85.50, right at the top. And then when it came down, I felt like I felt great. I checked on it later in the day. And I was going to get back in, but I couldn't get my order in because of the freaking signal. So then the next day, I knew I wasn't gonna have signal. So before I left the motel room, I was trying to get in at I think it was like 5,500, which was the original entry price that Tony had, and I didn't get filled. And then of course we closed. I think I want to say that it was like 9,300 was what that call was worth, right about close. So I definitely could have got more if I'd have stayed in it.
Yeah. What made you sell it where you did?
Man, okay, so my my my
was-
my rule of thumb on options is if I'm, look, I might have a hard time staying in a trade, but common sense tells you if your option is up 100%, get out. Because usually what happens when you work with percentages instead of levels, right? Like 25%, 50%, 75%, 100%. You're working with options. Anything over 100%, it's coming back. It's coming back. And I thought it was gonna. I was prepared. I had time. I was watching it here. I was prepared to get back in it if it broke above this little S curve right here, and it didn't. It never did got back up there, and so I had to just walk away from it because I had things to do. But 100%, and you consider I paid $4,000, $4,050 for it, and I made $4,500. I don't feel bad about selling it. Even
That's amazing.
yeah, even with Friday's action, I don't feel bad, and I'll tell you why. Because I'll tell you what, I could be wrong. I could absolutely be wrong. But here is our weekly. I think I get another chance to get in. Nice hammer, bear hammer. So even if we gap up, I think we retest down, and then I can get back in. But I think that we come back and retest this candle a bit. If you go, they were talking in the room about an hourly.
Yeah, it closed above the higher low on the hourly or the lower high, excuse me.
Were they talking about this one or this one?
The one to your right.
Yeah, see, that didn't quite come down.
Well, it's within like 2% or whatever Tony said. I don't know what his level is. Is it 0.25%?
See, I didn't know he had a number.
He does. If it's like close enough. But yeah, I mean, because prior to that, there's not really a
Yeah, I mean, this one would
Yeah.
qualify right here, even though it's
Yeah.
pre-market.
Yeah.
If you use pre-market. All right, whatever. So we'll use this one. And yeah, it definitely did. But they said 2072. Let's see. Right here, Brad says 2207. 2207. All right, yeah. So he's using that. So I think we'd easily come back to 2100. Unless we get a major gap up. And if I miss getting back in, I miss getting back in. It's no big deal. I'm okay with it. It was a 9-hour day trade. The hell with it. But that is a nice level. If it doesn't hold this level, he's right. It's probably going to go lower. Because look, you got a hit here, a hit here, a hit here. So now it's going to be support.
So are you typically using extended hours to look at S curves and stuff?
I do. I know a lot of people don't, but I believe in staying consistent and whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah.
So if you're going to go all the time extended or go all the time other, then you should say whatever that is.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter. It reads about the same. You can see where it came here. Boom. You got to touch. 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 So this level right here is it matters. This 2215 area matters. So we'll see what happens. If we base, crypto on the open, they've been pretty similar here lately. Then we're probably going to get it's going to gap down a bit.
So is Tony looking at I assume he's looking at the weekly 10 or the monthly 10 for it to where his level's at? I think he was talking about price.
No, it's the weekly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's wanting to go back up
200.
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's wanting to go back up to the weekly 200 is where he's holding it for.
Mhm.
And I think it gets it. I think he gets it.
Sure.
And that's why I'm willing to get back in. I just think at some point before it gets way up here, I'll get another chance to get in. So
Mhm.
I'm not sweating it. Plus, it's hard to hell to trade when you're out on the road.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I was torn, guys. And just to be fully honest, I was torn between staying in it and selling it.
Well, I think in my mind, I was like you. I mean, I was up like $3,500 because I got in earlier than you did, so I didn't get as low as a price. But I saw that 3,500. I was like, that's easy, and I feel like it's gonna in the next few days drop back down again, and retest and then go back up. So I assume you'll have that chance.
Yeah. Who we got? Hello, everybody that just joined. Paul, Ron. All right. What do you guys want back trade? Amazon is definitely. I'm gonna back trade Amazon this weekend because I had no idea that I usually do Tesla. Man, I had no idea Amazon could move like that. Because the difference, guys, just to give you an idea, I don't know if y'all day trade options a lot. Tesla on a Monday and a Tuesday, and at the money option is around $3,500. And I have no problem buying one or two of those. Amazon out of the money, 150 to 200 points out of the money is about the same price. But man, the increase in value on Amazon just smokes Tesla.
Really?
Oh yeah. I mean, you can go out of the money, get it, and if it goes in your direction, man, you can just, I mean, it's just really super quick. It's really super quick. That's why I want to back trade it with a think back on Thinkorswim, or yeah, Thinkorswim. So I can see how the option prices do. It's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty close. Because, well, I mean, we can just real quick for, I mean, we kind of know, but I'll go here. We'll go here.
So how are you when you're like in day trading options and your risk is like 500 bucks? Are you analyzing the trade based on the $500 risk, or is it the S curve, or what are you looking at when you
Yeah, yeah. So if I got a $500 R, I can do it. If I have time, I'll put a bracket in, right? And so if I'm paying $3,500 for a Tesla call, although with calls lately, I've been using shares. So let's just say a put. If I do a put and I pay $3,500 for it, I'll immediately I'll put a bracket in. If I have time, I'll put a bracket in for a $500 stop loss, and then a 650 target, and I might mark it out at 600, which would give me like 1.2, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of times it just doesn't give you that kind of, it doesn't give you that kind of time.
Sure, exactly. That's what's like, it moves so quick.
Yeah. So like, especially if you're doing a snapback, which this is Amazon, but whatever. If you're doing a snapback, you don't have time. So you just get in, right? If you say you're doing a put or a call and you get in, and then immediately go put in your stop, whether it's 300, 500,000, whatever, doesn't matter. I like Tesla because I'm familiar with it. It can move. I can make an R super quick. I mean, one 3-minute candle sometimes can fill you, especially the first 30 minutes.
Did you ever get that snapback course like we were talking about last week?
No, I haven't. Well, I haven't been home. I do want to watch it to figure out exactly what their rules are, and I haven't had a chance to back trade it myself. So even if I do pay for it and watch it, I'm still gonna have to back trade it.
Yeah, that's what I.
It's pretty simple. They give you an indicator through the course. And
Yeah, I just got it yesterday too. I was
Okay.
watching the first video yesterday. You're right now. What'd you say, Matt? Go ahead.
Oh, I think that was Paul. I'm
oh
not sure.
yeah.
Oh, that's Paul. Oh, sorry.
Oh, all good.
Okay.
No, I was just saying the rules are pretty simple. It gives you the the indicator shows up after the first 3-minute candle, and then there's a bunch of lines. There's 4 lines. Basically, the top 2 are the range that outline the top and bottom of the first 3-minute candle, and then there's I think it's like I forgot what the cushion is, but basically if it drops down, I think it's like a $3-ish cushion from the 3-minute range. If it hits that line, you put your order in. If it's on the bottom, it's a buy order. If it's on the top, it's a sell order, and then it's basically a 1-to-1 ratio. How you want to manage your stop is obviously up to you.
The stop is the length of a 3-minute candle, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then is he trying for 1.4?
No, it's 1-to-1. I chatted with Tracy about it a little bit. I've taken a mentor group with her. She likes to do it a touch differently, just so that if she is, I think the strategy itself is not a 50% winner. So she'll move her stop up a little bit quicker before Matt does, just to make sure that if she's taking 10 trades and she's winning 5 and losing 5, she still comes out ahead.
Right.
But her rule is basically once you get a close below your the orange line, which is on there, which is where you would have your entry put, she'll move her stop up, whereas Matt will just let it run.
Yeah, that's what I love about Tracy. I took her master mentorship class.
Yeah.
And I love the way she's moves her stop. She's not scared to move her stop, and she's not scared to leave it alone either.
Yeah, exactly.
If it fits. And I was kind of doing the same thing as she was doing, and now I really mirror what she taught in that class as far as like a close below the 10. I try to. I try to. I think I'd get more runners if I was more disciplined about waiting for a close below the 10 to move my stop.
Yeah, yeah, she's a ninja when it comes to. to
Yeah, I
trade.
mean, honestly, but I do need work on that. I don't know
Yeah, I do
why.
too.
I mean, man, once I go above an R, okay, that's when I'm ready to jam my stop up, and trail it tight. And so sometimes I don't get the 2R or the 3R trades. I get a lot of 1.5s,
Yeah,
which, I make money. I'm making money. I've been profitable since May, pretty much June of last year. I mean, I've had a couple of crap months, but
can't argue with making money.
yeah. All right, so Amazon 3-minute. What day trade? This was yesterday. Just see what happens. All right, big hammer comes in. Obviously, we know Amazon's gapping up, the market's gapping up, everything's gapping up. You got this little bear hammer. I haven't day traded Amazon enough because see, like if this was Tesla, I would have probably went long off of this pre-market low. But obviously, I probably would have got damn near stopped out on Amazon. So I'm probably going to have to see another candle, but I'm tempted to put like something up here. I don't usually like playing breakouts, but if it's a strong day, let's see. Christ, I would have to, if I did that, I would have to go all the way here. And what would I have to ask Amazon to do? See, that 22.15 line is new. I probably wouldn't have had that there. I'd be asking it to go 30, 40, not quite 40 points. I don't think that's asking too much. I said I would be tempted. I probably would not do that. So we'll put that on hold. Next candle comes in. What would you guys do? What would you be leaning towards now? Anybody?
Would you be looking to go long?
Yeah, does this candle change your mind about
Yeah,
going
yeah,
long?
that it does. But I mean, it looks like it's at the bottom too. But now that's a pretty strong candle. But at the bottom, it looks like it was some indecision right there at the bottom. That is a pretty strong candle going down. Yeah, that probably would have me indecisive on long right there. Definitely thinking bear.
Yeah, it would definitely make me more nervous. But you know what I would do? And this is me. This is how I trade, guys. So I don't know if this would work or not, but now how does that change that? That changes a 1-2. Yeah, that's what I was set up. What I'm doing basically is entering at the top of post market, the previous day's high, and my stop is just below that same post market low. And then 1.2 takes me up to high a day. So I'd probably go up just a tiny little bit and see if I couldn't get 1.3.
Is that like a limit order to get in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let me, my thinking is because look at this volume fell out, right? So it wasn't that the sellers were strong, the buyers were weak. And if you've taken Tracy's class, you've heard that, right? But look at this RSI is coming down. It's just pounding down. So I'd be willing to try something like that. I don't know if I get filled or not, but a bounce off that 100 right there makes sense. If not, definitely the 200. So I would set something like that up based off of the action from yesterday. Again, I'll know really quick, and I haven't back traded Amazon enough to know if this is even going to work, and I probably might not even get filled. No, and see now I would have to cancel it because it hit my target. It didn't come down.
Yeah, went the other way, didn't feel you, right?
It did not. No, it didn't. And I'm just like feeling FOMO now, right? So now I'm either going to do a try for a 10 EMA strategy or see what happens and maybe look for an S curve to come back in. I don't usually pay all right, so you got a 10. There's your 10 if you wanted to play the 10. Actually, that's not a bad 10 to play. If you went here like that, there's no reason that shaved bottom candle that should break that. And then if we went 1.2, and that's easy peasy. I mean, that strategy doesn't take a lot of thinking. That's kind of why I like it sometimes. And it is following the trend, right? So we're in, we're happy. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that, but I'm not going to freak out quite yet. I can't really move my stop, but now I can. So I know that if you follow Jeremy's strategy, yeah, I'm going to put it here. You have to wait, what, is it 5 or 7 candles? 7. So you really can't move your stop yet, as per Jeremy's 10 EMA rules.
10 EMA strategy, right? I was just reading it
Yeah.
yesterday.
So there's 7 candles, so you could move it now. And honestly, with this little pivot, it shouldn't break that pivot. It really shouldn't. So I would be willing to jam it up a little bit more. And I'm going to lose small on this trade now. It shouldn't go that low. It's either going to work or it's not. See, and now you got a double pivot. Boom. I'm really happy with this stop right here. Not quite ready to move it up to break even, but you did get a close below the 10 here, right? Yeah, I'm liking that. So here's something I will occasionally do. I will go for like 1.5. I'll bring my stop up to just above break even and move my target up to 1.5 and see if I can't get a little bit more out of it. Wow, look at that.
Yeah,
Oh, I got stopped out.
cool.
Now let's see what would happen if I left my, or no, that wasn't, that's a different line. This is my stop here. My bad.
Right.
I'm seeing this. Let me get rid of this line. That line's confusing me. Now I'm stopped out.
Yeah.
Now watch, now it's gonna moon Lambo. See this sideways stuff?
Yeah.
That's tough. And if you're in a call, which I would have to be, right? You might have actually got stopped out for a small loss with all that chop on a call. And if you bought an Amazon call, you probably lost a couple $100 just right there because of slippage and time.
Data.
Yeah. So that, all right. So that was tough. That was tough, but I lost, or I mean, we can say for sake of argument that it was a break even, but more realistically, I lost a little bit. I didn't lose much.
Let's see what the next candle would do. If it would have, I hate that. Oh, if it would have.
So this is actually a 10 EMA now in the other direction. I would personally probably would not play that. If I was just going by feel. This line is being respected. Look at this level. If you take this line and put this line right, well, right there at our entry. I mean, that's look at that. That's perfect. So I'm okay with this.
With going back the other way or going back long? Going back
No,
long, right?
trying long again, but it would have to be something like this. Actually, exactly like that. I'm not crazy about that. I mean, even if we just went back to 1.2. All right, so far we've only moved 81. 50 points. I don't know. I don't have the ATR up. I don't know. See, I wouldn't be comfortable taking that breakout trade either. I probably wouldn't do nothing. I would just wait. Just taking that breakout. I like this level strong. It would make sense to short it below that level, wouldn't it? Because I mean, if it breaks that level, it should keep going, right?
Yeah, I'd be setting that up.
Yeah. I mean, it's a smart trade, honestly. Your stop right up here. 1.2 right here. That's easy peasy. Let's see what happens. If we were playing the 10 EMA strategy in the room on the mic, that's what you would have to do. If I was going crazy YOLOing, I would probably do that one I talked about, but I don't know that I would do that after just getting stopped out of that one. It's just chopping, consolidating. So here was your 10 EMA. If you're going to stick with the TMA strategy, right? And you could have made it quick. You could have done something like that. See there? Off of this candle. That would have been, I probably would have, if I was listening to the rooms, I would have probably done that if somebody was like, Amazon was on the list. It's one of those you're going to know if you're right or wrong really quick. Or not. Boom, there you got filled. So that one would have worked. And of course, it's kind of cheating because we know what's happening. We know this thing goes to the moon. All right. Well, since we already know what Amazon does that day, there's no sense in us back trading it because it just goes crazy. Especially at the end of the day. You got the end of the day sell off and then there's boom. That was beautiful. All right. You guys, what do you guys want to back trade?
Go back. Can you go to Tesla? I like.
Yeah.
I was learning a lot from Tesla with you last week.
Yeah. When do you want to go? Where you want to go to? We can go. Let's see. Let's go like this. Let me put it live. Do this. March. Yeah, we'll go to the beginning of March. Let me get rid of all these drawings. I can redo them later. All right. So here we are. 3 minute is March the 1st, which is, I'm not sure what day that is. Let's get our first candle, see what happens. All right, let's look back a little bit. Oh, Tesla's been on a bit of a chop pest, but it's currently going up. You want to see more time or is that enough?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
All right, so we'll put some levels in here. Let's put this level. Well, it hasn't really cared about that level, so I'm not gonna mark that one. All right, so we're on a steady uprise. So Damien, there's your first 3-minute candle. What would you do? Would you do anything?
First 3-minute candle right there.
Yesterday's high.
I mean,
And remember, you got this line up here, 927. I mean, it's probably not going to come into play, and I just put this as the pre-market low.
and I think you said before you wouldn't really look at that volume because I see that big bear volume at the bottom.
Here?
You wouldn't really, yeah, that one.
Yeah, I ain't worried about that first volume candle. What I'm looking at is when I'm trading Tesla, I'm looking at pre-market bottom, pre-market highs. It already went up here. Boom, it touched it again, sold off, but that was a sell-off right before open. So I'm not sure how much weight I want to give that. It couldn't hold here. So honestly, I would like the snapback long here.
Would
if
that
I'm
be
just,
because the pre-market, because of how it traded during pre-market?
yeah, because it's going up. I like
Right,
that.
okay.
Yeah, because it's going up.
Okay.
I mean, if it was going down, but it is going up. Now, yesterday was an up day, right? A nice up day. So that's always something important to keep in mind. So we're not really gapping up. I mean, we're open pretty much flat from where it was. And then this candle here was the high, yesterday's high. And it's important to look at these levels because look how beautifully these stocks respect these different levels. You know, it came a little over here, but really this is the support that it's working off of here. At this point, I'm not doing anything except the snapback, if it gives me a snapback. I don't think it's giving me enough to figure out what I want to do. And it did. Okay. So again, if we're going to back trade, we have to pretend that we're super quick. Right? Because these candles move. So I there you go. So we're going to say that I definitely, because I already said I was going to do it. I don't know why that. So this candle is 876. It's $15. $46. Wow. I don't know that I would give it that much, but whatever. We'll go by the rules. I'm going to be approximate. See, that's a hell of a stop. If you're going to go the distance of that candle, that's a hell of a stop.
That's pretty long.
See, I personally would only go to just below pre-market, but we'll just do the strategy. Right?
Mhm.
Oh, and they're doing 1-to-1. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what we get. So we're in. Let me see if I can shift this over and there we go.
That last candle triggered us in, right?
Yep, that green
Okay.
candle right there triggered us in for sure.
All right. Mhm.
Oh, look how close it came to filling us.
Wow.
All right, so this is where Tracy would be moving her stop. And oh, we can't do that. It'll mess us up. I always forget that. So we'll just put this here. Tracy would be moving her stop. Oh,
She stopped out. Pretty, yeah.
it looks like it. Yeah, she did
Mhm.
right to the penny. All right, so she's out, but Matt's still in. I think this is coming down.
Yeah, it looks.
It's at least coming
Looks
down
like
to
so.
it's at least coming to 850.
Oh,
Wow.
we were both wrong.
Wow.
Matt would have made it.
Yeah, it did the Tesla jet.
Wow, man, that's crazy. How many? 1, 2, 3. That's like 6 minutes. 9 minutes.
Yeah, there you go. That's the power of Tesla to move. Do a little
Oh
head,
man.
little head fake, and then boom, off to the races.
Whoa. That's amazing.
So Matt won, Tracy lost, or I don't know that Tracy would have put her stop that high, but whatever. We're gonna pretend. Huh. Okay. So if we went in the snapback and stuck to the strategy as it's taught, you're a winner.
Yeah, that was a winner.
Winner, winner. And if I wasn't in a trade and I had time to see it, oh crap. See, I probably wouldn't have got filled because I would have put it right there. I put it right there. I had to put my stop here. That's asking a lot. That's asking a lot. Let's see how strong Tesla is. We have all the way to 927, don't we? I would try that. This line is now, yeah, was resistance, now support. See if I get filled. And I'm filled.
I'm not gonna doubt Tesla.
Yeah. All right. So we got a double pivot. Oh, I don't like that.
Oh.
That sucks. Yeah. I probably would have moved my stop after this double pivot. And all these closes below the 10. But I didn't. So I'm stuck. Now I'm stuck.
George, can you communicate what you mean by double pivot real quick? Or you just mean a double top?
This, all right. So it comes in, goes up. You got a little pivot here. It's not full pivot because it doesn't go completely back up, but it's kind of starting to do it here. And that's when I would have been like, okay, if it breaks below here, I'm a loser. So I probably would have put my stop here because it did this. There's no reason for it to come back below this candle.
Gotcha.
If it comes back below that candle, I'm a loser down here for sure. So, I mean, at least that's my opinion. That it's probably going to come all the way back down and retest these lows.
Well, I guess what I'd be seeing is that this consolidation.
Yeah. Well, plus, yeah. Well, also, if you look, boom, boom, you got this bear S curve happening here. So that's another reason why you don't want it to come below this candle. I mean, you're breaking all these EMAs. Your 10 EMA is now crossing the 100. It's that's not a good look for a long. But I didn't move it like I should have, if I'm being realistic. So now I'm stuck. So now I'm definitely, since I didn't move it before, I'm definitely saying, all right, there is no way that thing should come below that. I'm not quite losing an R anymore. And then I'm out. And it'll probably go to the moon from here. That's just the way it works. Let's see. Yeah. So that day I was that day I was a loser. loser on the first one because I jammed my stop up too high. I got stopped out, then it went to the moon. So I definitely took a hit that day, which is not the end of the world. So typically, if I'm trading realistically, I'm not taking another trade. I've already lost too much. I might back trade. I might just go away. I might just go to work. I might just go play. I'd like to say I'd be going golfing, but it's been cold. Although golfing season's back. So do you guys trade only in the mornings or how do you do it? I guess the reason I'm asking is you want me to keep on this day or go to another day?
I'll let somebody else say something.
I'm usually trading only in the morning, but I think that's. I mean, what time are you stopping trading? Usually by like.
I'm
what,
usually
11?
done by 11:30. I was already in this trade, but
Yeah.
usually by 11:30 at the latest, I'm done.
11:30 Eastern.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that
yeah,
makes sense. I'm right there with you.
yeah. Simply because it starts getting squirrely at lunchtime. It's like the computers are taking over, the algos are taking over, or the junior traders are taking over. They're managing the trades that the big guys set up. So most people are going to lunch. Of course you got your hardcore people. I'll sometimes come back at 2, but whatever. Let's we'll go to the next day and then give us a fresh start. And you can see it just chopping, boom, 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 choppy, choppy. Now, one thing I don't have up, guys, that I really need to have is critical for me is, did we change weeks? No, we're still in the same week.
Was it the ATR? I remember you said something about ATR.
Well, Tesla's about $50. I mean, it will go from like 47 to 56, but I guarantee if I pulled it up, it'd be like $50. So I don't have VWAP up, and I use VWAP. I think VWAP is critical for Tesla. For any day trade, in my opinion. It's just part of my strategy. I use it. All right, there you go. There's your, you got a kind of a choppy day after that big up day, remember? So now if we'll put this line up here. This was the high of yesterday. Then you've got your pre-market lows. Just say like right there. And I don't know what that other line was. This must have been a reason. We'll leave it there for now. And then we still got 927 way up there. Was that 850? No, that wasn't. I don't even know what 850 is. We'll get rid of it. All right. How many snapback people we got? How many 10 EMA people we got? How many just free form? There's your first 3-minute candle. It's broke above your pre-market highs, which means that if that level holds, especially on the next candle, you should get some up. Now you've only got $15. Like say you were able to get in here. So here's my thinking. If it was to come back this next candle, see, this is why it sucks, because you get the whole candle all at once and you don't have time to think that 3 minutes through. We need to see it anyway. So let's do it. Boom. All right. Not super crazy about that candle. But I can tell you this. I have traded Tesla enough that this is a realistic trade for me. And if I can get up to that blue line for 1.2 or better, oh, it's so close. Almost one. I'm gonna try it anyway. What the hell? So for me, what I'm doing, I'm playing a breakout above this, using that for a stop. And if it comes on down, well, then I'll just cancel it. But the Tesla come back to here. See, you could play that. You could try to play that. That's another thing you can do. And I know these aren't strategies that the rooms are using right now. But another good long entry would try to be get in around here. But so far as the inside candle, we don't have the snapback strategy yet. Boom. Yeah, I'm still liking that. Look at all of these 3 inside candles. Hammer here. Matter of fact, I would probably do this, and that way I can get my 1.2 up there. Yes. And I might pull that here. Look at that. That I like that. Come off that hammer. I'm in. All right. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. I can't do that. It always screws with me. I'm going to do a line. I'm going to bring my stop up to here. This is normal. It's not scaring me yet, but it is getting my attention. That definitely got my attention. You got to close below there. So close below the 10. So I am definitely moving my stop right there. Now I'm going to lose even less. And this will allow me to take another trade if I see another one come in that I like, and I'm out. That stopped me out. Not for, well, maybe a half-hour loss, which I can live with. Which is better than that loss, right?
That was it.
Yeah. So if you were playing the 10 EMA here, you're in. See, I always like to look at the 10 EMA because it really is a good strategy. We're going to pretend that we took it. Let's see if we get 1.2 down to here. Oh no, that sucks. You're gonna have to go. You would have to put your stop.
Hey guys, I got to drop, but George, thanks for organizing. Hope you guys have a great weekend.
Yeah, thanks, bud. Y'all have a good one.
Have a good weekend.
So in order to get 1-2 to this line here, I just, you're gonna have to be really aggressive on this stop. Not crazy about this stop. I don't think I could take that. I mean, does that give us 1.2 down there? To that low? Heck no. That's still, see, that's the problem I've got. If I enter here and I put my stop up here, which is, where else would you put it? Is everybody seeing that? I mean, where else would you put it? You'd have to put it up there. We're gonna do it just for the heck of it, just to see how it plays, but not crazy about that trade. Watch it.
See, there's working out.
Yeah, I know, right? So there's the line. It's kind of blasted through that line like it wasn't even there.
Would you move your stop? Lock in something?
Well, if you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no, you gotta wait 7 candles.
So,
So-
this is 10 EMA here.
Yeah,
Okay.
7. So now you could definitely come put it right there. Right? You're guaranteed to win. Boom, and there you go.
Oh, you
That's
got it.
amazing. I'm really surprised. It did it.
Those,
Kudos to Matt for his
those
beautiful-
candles are strong going down.
Yeah, that
Wow.
is. It's probably going to go lower, actually. Although, yeah, because if it was going to bounce, this is where it should bounce.
Right.
So realistically, probably 843. 843 should be the next. Oop, nope. It hit that support. It almost went to
Oh.
843. Now that was a strong candle. I was
Strong
like,
bounce up.
yeah, that was like, nah, we ain't, that's it. We're done. We ain't going no lower.
Oh.
And it's, man, I'll tell you what, if I hadn't have taken any trades and I was still looking to get in, I would probably go long above this candle.
Long above which one?
The one that just came in, see this level?
Oh, okay.
Boom, 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 boom. All these little hits.
Off a pullback or no?
Well, no, I would play a breakout because I could take a chance of not getting triggered, right? And then we're asking it to come back up to high of, not even high of day. So we'll see what happens. There's a good chance I don't even get triggered. I did not get triggered yet. And when it came that close to my stop, I probably would have changed it or canceled it. Because now you start thinking, double bottom. Is there a better way to get in? And then you got another 10 EMA down strategy right here. So if you're going to play the 10 EMA again, let's just say, hey, I feel like a winner. My lucky day. Let us abuse Tesla today. That would be a good stop. Boom. So I'm going to change this to right there. And then my stop would be like right there. So can you see what I got going on here? I got a short 10 EMA and then I got a long. I'm getting me a trade. I'm trading today. You hear what I'm saying? We're going to put some money to work today. So you're in short. Let's fast forward. Boom. Oh, you're still in. Oh, and matter of fact, I just got triggered long. Yes, I'm in both of these trades. Sure enough. Am I? Yeah, I'm in both of them right now. And watch, it's just gonna chop all the way through. So I'm out of I got stopped out of the short. So this short trade I lost. The 10 EMA lost. And man, I almost got stopped out there. So if I hadn't have moved my stop by now, I definitely would have put it right about here, which isn't quite break even. And look, it's 2 o'clock. I'm probably not in this trade. See what happens. Zip. Almost at the end of the day. Boom.
Getting close.
Oh, I got, look at
catch
there.
up.
Just before end of day, I got filled.
Would you have sat? I mean, you would have left, right? You wouldn't have stayed there and watched that all day.
No, I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, if I could have at any point got my stop above break even and left my target up there and then come back and checked it later, I might have done that. But I'm usually not in a trade that long. See, it's different now than I'm doing shares. I possibly could have, right? If I'm just trying to be realistic because back trading doesn't work if you're not realistic. I don't know. See, that would have had me getting in that trade after 11:30. I probably wouldn't have anyway. I wouldn't have been around to get into that trade. Let's just say I'm like Mondays, I am in front of this computer all day. I'm watching it all day. 'Cause Monday is my trade day. And I think we're fixing to get it to a Monday. Nope. It's not Monday yet. All right, we're getting not really a gap up. It's opening flat. I mean, we're still dealing with this back here, so we should leave that there. Tesla's having an issue here. See this? It's having a problem in this area. If you go with a zone, this is clearly a supply zone from somewhere way back when. That's good to know. Tesla wanting to be strong. Let's see what happens. Oh, that last, just before open sell off always sucks. So let's put this here. Get rid of this one.
This is the next day, right?
Yep. All right, here's your first 3-minute candle. Boom. What are you gonna do with it, Damien? That's your candle. It's yours to trade if you want to do anything with it. Or do you want to see the second one?
Well, I'm thinking long. I mean, listen to what you said with the looking at the pre-market. So I'm thinking long.
Yeah, I like long. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the next candle. I'm not real comfortable taking a breakout above pre-market highs with this resistance this close. So I'm gonna leave myself open to do like a snapback or something like that. Let's try it. Let's see what we get. All right, there we go. So if you were doing the snapback, you're in it.
I'm not eating cheese right now.
Short.
I already ate some eggs.
Short.
That's true.
Yeah, you are in it short. And this candle is high low
Maybe tomorrow.
$8. We're gonna say $8.
Maybe after the
So
concert, we could go over that Trader Joe's and get everything.
8. Right
I
there.
gotta watch that video just to understand that a little bit better. You're in it short because of
Because it went above by 2 and now it came back into it. And if they're only going for 1, right there, boom, perfect. All you need to do is get to the bottom of this candle. But yeah, you're in it. See how it came? See how it came? Yeah, you're in it short. You see how it came up $2 above
Right.
this candle, and now it's coming through. You're in it short.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
filled.
wow.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Wow.
Yeah.
So just to break that down, so you're in the short because it went in. I just want to be 100%
All right.
clear on that.
Let's
When-
see if it let it take us back. Oh no, I don't want to do that. All right, so we'll just play it. All right. Well, let me get a 1 minute. Oh, damn it.
Cleared everything.
That's all right. I know where we were. Where are you? All right. Oh, that's April. Why didn't it take me? That's weird. Go to March 3rd. Oh, it's because I'm on a 1 minute. All right, my bad. I'll figure it out here in a minute. All right, here we are, March 3rd. Let's go replay. Boom. All right, so look, you're gonna get your first 3 minute candle is right there. So it needs to go $2 above
No, I didn't.
or $2 below
I just said
to
that.
be able to
I said, okay,
trigger,
I'm pulling it out.
right?
That's
So the
cool.
high of this candle
I do like it.
is 82.40.
It's got packets.
So we need to go 84 or better.
Actually.
So if it goes above 84 and then comes back into this line, then you would be triggered.
This one has 2 thumbs. Just got a romper that doesn't give me a camel toe. She was like, send a pic or it didn't happen. I sent a picture. I was like, I looked at a whole penis in there. She was like, oh my gosh, you can.
Oh my gosh, damn.
Up. Ah. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. Ah. Oh, why is that doing that? All right, I don't know what I did here. Bear with me. There. Are you there, Damien? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm sorry. I have no idea what I just did.
That's okay.
So
They just
anyway,
asked me to mute or unmute myself or something like that.
yeah, I'm sorry.
So-
All right.
No, it's
So
okay.
look, you get your first 3 minute candle. The rules say that it has to go $2 above. So the high of this candle, right, is 882.40. So it's got to go to 884.40 to make it a trigger, right? So we're going to go ahead and put it up, set it up, just in case it does it. Because we know it does, but whatever. So boom, see, it went up above 884.40. There's your $2, and then it came back into it. So
So that means short.
yeah, it triggered you short. Yep. It came from the
Okay.
top, so that's a short. If it came from the bottom, that'd have been a long. So you're in it.
Mm.
And then I didn't know it was a 1-to-1, but whatever. So your stop goes the length of this candle, which we determined earlier that was like $8. Yeah, right about $8. So that meant your stop is at $8. And then boom, boom, 2 candles, money.
Yeah. She said, wow, that was fast.
Yeah.
That was fast.
Yeah, that was money right there. Now, what would happen if we put it 1.2? Yeah, it still would have been money. See, I don't like that 1-to-1 concept because if you're gonna go 1-to-1, like Tracy says, you're gonna have to move your stops quicker. Otherwise, you're not gonna make money. If it's a 50% strategy.
And 1-to-1 is tough.
Yeah, I don't like using those numbers. The only time I'll use those numbers is scalping futures. But then my win percentages are way higher, so I can get away with it. But that's for another day. That's madness watching me scalp futures.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna ask you. One of these days, I want to talk to you about futures. I'm like Brown. I don't know anything about futures, so I went on RLT. Those videos are pretty long. I think I watched a couple of them so far. Just trying to understand the difference with futures. Yeah, I'm like really new, but I seen how you've been like really doing well in futures, like some of your trades.
Yeah,
I'm
because
like, wow.
Todd, I'll get with Todd and pick a time where we can back trade futures together because he's wanting to back trade futures. And then we can all get
Yeah.
together. I mean, we have to kind of be aware of his time zones. He's in Australia,
Okay.
but I'll get with him and we'll set up a time where us three and whoever else wants to join.
Yeah, I want to join.
Yeah, I
do.
was showing Tony the other day, and he probably thinks I'm a psycho because the average time that I'm in a trade during daytime hours, where the market's open,
Mhm.
is like 10 seconds.
That's phenomenal. Really, 10 seconds.
Yeah, I'm happier with like 5 seconds, but I'll every now and then I'll stay because I'm usually going to get filled in 15 to 20 seconds, one way or the other.
So
It's
now,
crazy.
are you doing something similar to this, like using, looking at what, like one candle, checking out, looking at the range and something similar to this?
Yeah, I'm on a range chart. So, all right, I can use this as an example, right? So let's say that we're going to pretend this is a range chart and this is futures. All right. I'm going to pretend a bunch of things, but let's say that this just came into my VWAP deviation and I just went long, right? So I'm only trying to get, I'm only trying to get about 875, right? So let's see how well I do. All right,
Oh, wow.
Well, that went quicker than I thought, but this candle right
Yeah.
here, filled me. So that was like way quicker than I wanted it to. All right, let's say I went short here and I'm just trying to get to 867. And I'm there. See how quick that happened?
Wow. It's like
boom.
a couple candles.
Yeah,
and done.
boom. I mean, that next candle I was filled and I just made $300.
That's
Yeah, I mean, it was
that's amazing.
just that quick. And so I'm going to say that, okay, so first thing when the market opens, it's this quick. The candles, the range candles are moving that quick, right? They really are. And then realistically, watch when we're in an economic news event, they're moving this fast. How do you play that? The only way you play that is with a bracket, right? And you have to be super quick. So I have brackets. So it's like a 15, usually a 15-10 is what I like using because 15 points is $300, 10-point loss is 200. And I can do 5 of those. And out of 5, I'm probably going to win 3. So I lost 40 and gained, or lost 30, gained 45. So I'm still up $300. So that's usually, and
Still
once I,
profitable on the day.
yeah. And 50, I stop. 50 points is $1,000. And I'm done. If I get to 50, I'm done. Because sometimes if you move quick enough, you can cancel your target bracket and let it run. But then sometimes I'll do 25-point brackets too, 25, 15, where I'm looking to make 25 points and lose 15. And then I have a 10-5 bracket too that I use post market or pre-market after hours because it moves a lot slower. See this? Those range candles move a lot slower. So the thing I love about it is Tradeovate. Let me see if I can pull it up.
This is a side question, but when y'all are trying to learn a new kind of skill or you're testing this thing out, how many hours of like back trading are y'all doing to get to a place of confidence to use it?
An insane amount. Like I've been working with Tony for a long time, pretty much since I came into RLT. So for me to trust the strategy, I need to back trade it at least 100 times before I go live money.
Are you actually like marking down? Like what are you journaling stuff? Like what is that process?
Yeah, so I write it down on a piece of paper on my back trades.
What are you writing down?
My entries, my exits, and what that paid, and then my date, so I can go back and look at that. Now you could put it in a spreadsheet. I just don't. I happen to be old school and write it on paper.
Yeah, that's good.
But
You do that with all your trades on paper?
no. Okay, so like I'm gonna be honest with you. Tony and I just had I told him to make me accountable because I suck at keeping track of my day trades, my actual trades. Once I start trading it, because I'll go in at the end of the month and write everything down. So like I haven't written anything down for this month, and we just met last week, and I've only taken like 2 trades since then. But I told him that I was going to start keeping track of them as I take those trades. But the trades that I took last week were all on my phone. So Tony, if you're listening to this, I will write them down. I will put them in. I will put them in the spreadsheet. So I'm going to start keeping track from now on, because like the thing I love about Tradeovate is it keeps track of my percentages, right? And how many trades I took, how many trades I lost, what my percentages are, what my average gain is, what's my biggest loser, my biggest winner. I mean, I don't have to do anything. It keeps track of all that. So what I've got to do is sign up for market replay so that we can trade it after hours and on the weekends and go back and back trade. I haven't, the simulation account is like paper trading, so it won't let you back trade. So I'll go in and pay for this market replay. And the way I do Tradeovate, and let me tell you guys, if you don't know anything about futures, Tradeovate's great because you can put $4,000 in this account. And that's what I do is that's where I started, was $4,000. And you can trade anytime. Now during the day, you can trade more because your margin is bigger, right? After hours, your margin's lower. So you can usually only do 1 or 2 at most full size contracts, but 1 is enough. And at the end of the month, anything over $4,000, I put into my bank account. That's my money. Boom, boom. And so I start the month every month with four grand.
Wow. So
like-
Tradeovate specifically for futures, is that correct or
Yep.
no?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was wondering. So they're a broker, Tradeovate.
Yep.
I never heard of it.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's a wonderful program. So when you go in there, and it's cheap too, right? Your contracts are cheap. You can go in there and do micros. So like a regular NQ contract is $20 per point, right? Per tick, or per point. And then there's 4 ticks per point. So each tick is $5. ES, which is the SPY, is $50 per point. IWM is 50. Yeah, it's 50, but it's got 100 ticks. It's got a bunch of ticks. but you can play micros. So instead of $20, you can play a micro is only $2. So if you risk 100 points, you're only risking 200 bucks. Where if you risk 100 points on a regular NQ trade, that'd be $1,000 bucks. So it allows you, by doing those micros, it allows you to go and trade, get a feel for it, get used to it, get comfortable with it, and you're not risking a whole lot of money. And if you're using 2 or 3 contracts, micro contracts, you can still make decent money. I mean, you can make easy $300-500, no problem, because it moves. I mean, it just moves. Like, watch. We'll just go to NQ from friggin' Friday. Let's say, why is that? All right, let's say you got in here. You were just brilliant enough to get in here at 1284. And you rode that up. Say, I'm gonna ride it up until a red candle. And as soon as a red candle closes, I'm gonna close that contract. So you rode it from 1284 all the way to that close at say 184. That was 100 points right there. That was $2,000, that move.
Wow.
And look, so up here is 340. So 340, that would be freaking 6. Oh, my brain's not working. 3,400 times 2 is 6,400. $6,400 if you'd have rode that whole thing. Boom, boom. But see, I'm usually riding these guys. This, I would have shorted here, and this is realistic. This would have been realistic for me. Short here and ride it down. Boom. All right, let's just say I shorted here at 25 and I came here. See, I would not have been in it. That was 40 points. I would have been out here at 15, but look how quick I got my 15. Just this one candle was 300 bucks. So I'm scalping. Boom. It doesn't take much to make 500 bucks on futures. Of course, it doesn't take much to lose 500 bucks on futures either. But if you back trade it enough and you get a feel for it, and it acts differently. It acts differently than other charts. The futures have a feel of their own. But you can make money. And the main thing is you start out on micros, right? And there's a strategy that I use that I can teach you guys. It's this pivot strategy. And it's amazing usually how this thing will work. It didn't do it on this day. But like, see how it comes up? You got a pivot here, right? It's riding this pivot, and then it breaks above, and then it gets to this midline right here. Can you see that? And then it
Yep,
starts,
I see it.
it's hitting its head there, and then it finally breaks through, and then it goes all the way up. You know, even if you'd have played, all right, I'm going to play it from 40 all the way up to 157. Say you put that trade in, that'd been 117 points, and just walk away from it. And look, it would have hit it. When it's trending, you can play these pivot lines beautifully. And look how nicely that trended. Boom. Now here it went beyond the pivots, but I bet if you go back, and this is, look, this is trading 101, right? It doesn't matter whether you're trading futures or whatever. There was a reason it sold off here, right? It's another thing. So you have to go back. Yeah. This would be, we'd have to go to a 4-hour. Actually, this should have been the spot right here. You guys know about supply and demand zones?
Not entirely. Nope. I mean, I've not. I've I mean, like I know what supply and demand is, but I just the zone.
All right,
I
so
wasn't so sure.
this becomes a zone. This is a 4-hour supply zone. Let me open to the top right here on this. This is reversal. So you mark this out. You could have marked this one out too, just as easily, and it would have been right there, but it got hit here. It got broke there, so you have to change it. So now you have a zone. So you wait for the price to come back into this zone and sell, because you can wait for it to touch it. You can wait for it to come way up here, but anywhere in this zone, this is where you would short.
So we're waiting for it to get back up to the purple line, and then because what
The
it's
blue-
done before,
Yeah, the blue
Okay,
line
good.
would be sufficient.
the blue line. Okay,
The blue line would be sufficient. So you can short it from there, or if you're long, like if you're long from way down here,
hmm
right? This is the area you're looking to sell, because this is your supply zone. Because
got
you can
it.
see it came up and hit it, sold off, came up and hit it, sold off. That's your
So
supply zone.
more than likely, it'll do it again, right?
Yep. Yeah, because there's orders sitting here. That's the belief, right? That's the thing is, okay, I believe that there's orders sitting here. So therefore, and I'm trying to remember, Methune taught me this. I'm trying to remember, I think it's from the open to the top, not the whole, you don't use the wick. So this would be the zone. But that's pretty close. See how it came up? Boom, boom.
Mhm.
Now, if you remember this blue line, we go back and look at this. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, hit it every time.
Yeah. So the one thing you need to understand, if you don't already know this, is stocks have a memory. They totally do. They will go back to levels and do the same thing. They'll repeat. Does it mean they'll
To
do
be
it every
honest,
time? No, they won't do it every single time. But does it increase your chances and your probabilities of accurately trading that level? Yep, it does. And that's all we can do is increase our probabilities. We can't never guarantee anything. But if we
that's a
can,
good way to look at it. I never thought about it like that. That they have a memory.
yeah, no,
Never.
they
That's a,
do. Yeah, they absolutely. I mean, because like, look, why do you put support and resistance lines in?
right.
Why do you use EMAs and VWAPs? Because it has a memory. It knows, oh, look, I'm going to go down to the 200, and the EMAs are a little different. But why do they respect the EMAs? For one, this is the price that everybody likes, right? Over a 200-day period, this is a happy price for people. Plus, a lot of people are using these exact same lines. So
Right.
they're like, oh, okay, it comes in and touches at 200. I'm a buyer. Came back, touched at 200, and man, it hit the supply zone here. Boom. And look what happened. Right.
Yeah.
A
Off to
lot
the
of it.
races.
Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of people are using these levels, but you can tell. So the pivots, but there's some days where this thing will respect the pivots almost to the penny. And this is a good example. See this mid? Look, come down, touch it, come down, touch it, touch it. And then usually after 3 times, see, that's another trick. Is after 3 times, play it short, because it's going to break through, and it would have worked beautifully. 1, 2, 3, 4 came back up, retested, came back up, retested. So if you weren't in there here, and look, if you would have played that, that's 53. That's 100 points.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
that's $2,000. You know, if you'd have played it here again, you know, played it short off of that mid. Look at here and just run it down to this one. That's 110 70 points. That's crazy, man.
How long would you been in the trade right there? What is this? This is a 3 minute chart?
Yeah, not that long. So what is that? Well, from if you'd have got in the trade here at 3:48 and got out of it here an hour,
Wow.
but I wouldn't have been in it that long. I'd have got in here and I'd have got out here. So what, probably on this candle. So what is that? 15 minutes? 5 candles? Because look, I'd have made my money. 953. Yeah, hell, that'd have been over 50 points. Rarely
Where
am
would
I
your
trying
stop
to
been at? Where would you have your stop at
Right.
on this one?
25
Right above
points.
that.
25 points.
25 points.
So if we could have done, so 25, and that would have been perfect. That'd have been just above here. And then if I'd have done, I've got a 25.50 bracket, right? So that would have been my trade right there. That'd have been $1,000. And it
Amazing.
would, yeah, and it would have taken 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, 5 candles, 15 minutes.
That
Yeah.
is just amazing. Wow.
Yeah. And it's just playing these pivots. It's called the pivot strategy. It was mostly Ross and Varian. In the beginning, it was me, Ross, and Varian. And we worked on it, back traded it for days and days and days and days. And then they started doing it and tweaking it together. And then they finally fine-tuned it and they've mastered it. Now they've added a bunch of different things. But even at its most base level, this pivot strategy, and it works pretty decent for stocks too. Let's go look at Tesla. Look at this. See this P? That's P for pivot. That line was there when the day started. So if you played, let's say you played this mid, see it. All right, this is how you would play it. Let's replay. All right. See, the lines are there. That pivot's there, right? So let's say you want to see how it's going to act on that mid. All right, it hit the mid and came down, right? So now you're going to play a breakout above that, and then use this candle as a stop, and our target is the pivot. So that's 1.8 Rs. So we're not going to get filled unless it goes back above the mid. And there, we're filled. All right, I would be moving my stop on another green candle. There. So now my stop is here. And boom, there you go.
Wow.
Now watch.
So many different strategies.
Yeah. So you don't have to, it's good to have one good one, but it's also good to have a few in the back pocket. So watch how well it respects this pivot. Now it's going to die. It's going to die for a couple different reasons, because this is where people have their targets. Boom. And it's a pivot. So that means that's a supply zone. Might not be a super strong one, but it is a supply zone. And we know it's probably going to come back to VWAP, right? We already talked about that. Let's just fast forward. Boom. There's your VWAP. I'm telling you, if you only played, look, if this was the only frigging line you played, don't play nothing else but that purple line, you can make money. If it comes down here, goes way up here, and say, all right, I'm going to play it back to VWAP. Even, that's not much of a stop. You wouldn't have got stopped out there. It's not even $10. But if you played it from here, which would have been a great place to play it.
Play it back to VWAP, right?
Yep, play it back to VWAP. Yep. Look, you would have had let's just say you got short here. So I'm gonna play it back to VWAP. And then I'm gonna have a tight stop. Look at that, boom. It's been $34, which that would be $1,800 on a single put. About between $18 and $2,000 on that single put, that trade right there.
It's a nice trade. Yeah.
Well, that's another
Yep.
that's another strategy.
So
But-
many.
Yeah, there are. I mean, well, think about it. It's meant for every person out there, there's a strategy, right? But even if you use the most basic ones, everything I know about Tesla is just from back trading Tesla and watching it every day, every day, every day. And I'm going to get that way with Amazon. I had no idea.
Yeah, that that one was amazing. I'm like, God, I missed it. But you know, I told myself I don't want to. That's what I told Tony the other day. I want to make sure that I'm pretty clear when I start taking trades, not just taking trades just because everybody else is taking them. I'm
Yeah.
clear, 'cause then you don't learn nothing.
Right.
Don't
It's a
learn
lot.
anything.
It's a lot harder to follow
Yeah.
too, because you get discouraged because, you know, oh, my entry was higher, my entry was not the same, and my exit wasn't the same. And yeah, so you have
Right.
to, but
Just
yeah,
just be clear. But you know, after last week's call and then listen with Tesla, that's why I got that snapback. So I want to start. I mean, like how you do it, just you know, really taking a look at just following one or two tickers. You know, like we talked about last time. Feel sometimes all over the place. Just following
yeah,
too many
man,
different things.
I was all over the place, right? I need to get rid of this. I'm not in all these positions anymore. I am of the mind that less is more. And I've done it every way you can think of. And for me, if I'm only focusing on day trading 1 or 2, you see on my setup on Thinkorswim, that's what my Thinkorswim setup looks like. I've got four charts, right? And then over on the left, I have other monitors. I'll have different time frames. Like I have 15 minutes, 1 hours. So I'll be like you know, like usually that's the SPY. That's typical. And this one is Tesla, and that's the way it works. And then over here will be Tesla, my put chart. So this is the actual put, not Tesla. And then I used to do a Tesla call up here. But usually now this screen is reserved for whatever my second day trade option is. And it just works for me. There's less to screw up, less to focus on, less to screw up. So
Yeah, and I like the setup with Thinkorswim. I
yeah,
like it. Looks good. Looks good.
yeah, because look, man, I
Was
used
that Thinkorswim or was that Trading View?
no, that was
that
Trading View. Yeah, it was Trading View.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can set Trading View up the same way. But Thinkorswim is my broker, so that's where I take all my trades.
Yeah, that's what I have too. I like Thinkorswim. I tried TradeStation. I couldn't. It's too. I mean, I didn't want to go through the learning curve again. I was like, I've been using Thinkorswim since I started, and I'm gonna just stay there. Yeah, I like TLS. They're really helpful to the customer service.
Oh yeah. So like when Tony's taking a SPY trade, I'll take that trade with him, but I won't take it on SPY. I'll go into Tradeovate and take it with futures.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And then I usually do like 5 micros, and that equals pretty closely whatever his trade is. So
Mm.
So we end up winning or losing about the same amount based off of 5 micros. So
Wow.
instead of
Okay.
$50 a point, it's $25 a point.
$25 a point. Okay.
So it costs a little bit more on commissions, but you know, it has better flexibility.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
sometimes, yeah, plus I like it too because sometimes I'll be out and filled quicker than he is on because he's got options and he's been in them longer. Because if it starts
Mhm.
chopping like this, it's eating up his option.
Right.
And then it goes up and does what he wants it to do. Well, he gets out here and I get out here. That's the difference.
Right.
And we both make the
Right.
same amount.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
Pretty
if you
amazing.
if you're looking to day trade, you know, I know that like the rooms do like 6 stocks that they focus on.
Hmm.
I would keep it to 2, 3 at the very most. And honestly, 1. There's plenty of people that are hugely successful in here that only trade one single instrument. Arabia, she's a mentor. She only trades futures, and she typically either will stick to either NQ or ES. And that, you know, whatever one she goes with is whatever one's showing the most strength and the most weakness that day. She'll pick one, right? Because they do influence each other, but not horribly. They're pretty much identical. But one will drag the other. And then like
Right.
Angela, man, she makes bank, dude. And she only trades freaking mostly Amazon. You know,
Only Amazon. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
Amazon. And she's making bank. And now I see why those freaking options fly, man. I got to get my confidence on freaking Amazon because I really see potential.
Yeah, I mean, especially, I mean, the trade you did the other day had me. I'm like, wow, I read your post. I was like, yikes. I'm like, man, a trade like that would have set me off, build my confidence like crazy. Just to see that type of money in one trade.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is
man, this is
insane. It is. And see, I haven't been able to trade really for the last 4 weeks. You know, Monday's been the only day that I've really been able to trade for the last 4 weeks, and so I've hardly made any money. So that made my month. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm looking to make my goal for the month is like $5,000.
Hmm.
So
And you already surpassed that, right?
yeah,
I mean, with that trade.
yeah. Plus with my futures, I'm already at $5,000 for the month. So if I don't take another trade this month, it's the halfway through the month. I'm golden. If I don't take another single trade.
That's why it's good to talk to you and then like listen to the group because it just reminds me that it's possible. Like this, it's possible. It's
Yeah,
definitely there.
and I'm up even more than that because Donna and I have been abusing IWM with spreads.
Oh, really?
I mean, we have just been killing the IWM spreads.
Yeah,
I mean, we
but,
started
Mhm.
we started back here and we played this chop in and out, and it came down. Oh, we did one here, and then we got back in and played this chop, and then we got filled. We got in another one here, bull put spread, and then we got filled at 50% on it here.
Mm. That was this month. All
Yeah.
this month.
Yeah, because I
Oh, that's-
don't know exactly how many she's been. I think she's done probably 2 or 3 IWM trades, and I know I've done like 6 or 7,
Wow.
and just trying to hit at 50%. Boom. There's a couple that were like 40%, 45%, 50%, but you know that adds up.
Yeah, no, it does.
You know, especially
Did you post those or those were just you guys messaged each other?
no, that it was we had talked. Well, yeah, we did post that. Actually, we did post a couple of them. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, we did. Man, I hate that I didn't see that. That was a beautiful bull put spread. That apple spread that would have been, if I'd have probably got 20 contracts on that because that was a beautiful spread. And I didn't see it.
Yeah, that one. The leap that Tony talked. I bought a call right there. So we'll just,
Yeah, I did. I got one too. I tried to get a second one the other day when it dipped down after we bought it, but it didn't get
Mhm.
filled. Well, I don't know where it was, but I know that I know he posted one of them. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it right there. I'm gonna start following. I've been missing all those
Yeah.
working. So during the work time, I have to turn off, the Slack notifications sometime in the morning. Just from me working because I work during those mornings. So that's why it gets a little tough. But
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
was
have to cut
yeah,
those.
that was got into that Tuesday and then just set a 50% sell order and it filled and I didn't have to touch it. It filled Friday. It filled yesterday. It almost filled Thursday, but it definitely filled yesterday.
Yeah, that's great. That's
And then
great.
yeah, and then we're private messaging too, so but yeah, trade the heck out of it.
But, that's amazing. That's amazing. Um,
But there'll be more trades, Damien. There'll be more trades, but I promise. But so these are the ones I focus on. This right here is my main focus, and then obviously what I'm in for positions wise. And then I have this is my watch list, all of these.
let me see.
So I'll go down this list. These are all potentials that, and some of them I don't even look at. Like Upwork, I haven't messed with Upwork in forever. Starbucks, I don't care about anymore. Saba, and then the market's been dumping, so I haven't really been looking at this very much. I'll just go
Right.
through. But my main focus is this group right here, and some of these are doubles, like NQ, triple Qs are the same thing.
Right.
ES and SPY is the same thing. So
Right.
that list is
Okay.
actually smaller than what it looks
Right.
like.
Yeah, that's a good tight, narrow, a good list right there.
Yeah, it's what?
good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh man, guys, I gotta go. My brother is here with the rest of my crystals he brought back for me from the mountains.
Sure. No,
So,
perfect. Well, thanks a lot for all the education. I look forward to it next week.
yeah,
Next week,
man.
right? Again.
Monday night at 5.
I'm gonna try to start squeezing those Mondays in. I'm figure it out somehow, some way. But thanks a lot, George. Appreciate it. All
Yeah,
right,
no
Matt,
problem.
if you're still in the call, have a good weekend.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thanks. All right, bye-bye.
Y'all too.
All right, bye.
Take care.
Later.
Bye-bye.